it over wanting to put my hair up, but I think I'm gonna kind of construct a way of wearing it up today because with the face mask, it's just getting in my. Which, by the way, I just think, okay, we have to wear them, but if they make you feel overheated and claustrophobic, and the science is inconclusive, which, by the way, they keep saying, oh, it's so perfect, but there's only a few little studies that show that maybe masks are more effective. And these are scientifically backed articles, but you can't tell the general populace this because right now everybody is an expert on high. So yeah, I'll wear the mask, but I guess I'll just put my hair up and hold it. It's interesting though. And this is the topic I'm going to talk about today. It's not even about current events or things like that. It's about don't ever share your problems like with friends and family members. Why do I say that? Well, here's the thing. Let's say if you were friends with somebody or you dated them and you had some problems with them or something that you didn't agree with and it was just kind of your take on it and they weren't like a horrendous person, because I can say this quite assuredly. I've never, like, compared to the people who are judging me, like family member and friends, I've never really dated anybody that was truly, or been friends with anybody that was truly disrespectful to me. And, like, in hindsight, I just see in a couple of situations, I thought I liked someone at the time, but they liked someone else. So I really shouldn't have said those things about that person. And I had to let go of the fact that I liked them and they just didn't like me back that way, but they want to be my friend. That's it. But I made a mistake of telling people, like friends and family, who, by the way, don't have perfect relationships. But now in this new era, they will judge you, like, to the supermax. And this is the thing I think is funny. I think if a single person is healthy and they meet another single person that's healthy, as long as they're willing to both be in a monogamous relationship and not date around during what's going on right now, I think they can do that. But there's a lot of judgy people out there that are like, oh no, you just have to be single until this ends. But I hate to tell you this, and I know everybody's an expert on high, but this is ramping up. It's not ending. So basically you're telling people to defer their lives more than they've had to, while you sit in isolation with a partner. You don't have that right. You just don't. I'm not saying people should date around, but if somebody meets somebody that's healthy and they are also healthy and they decide to be in a mutually exclusive relationship, that is perfectly fine, and you have no right to tell them no. You just don't. Because if you want to talk about population control, that is population control. I basically feel like right now, a lot of people in relationships are looking for a reason. They always have to kind of judge people who are single, and now they have the perfect reason, okay? So I think if you know somebody, I'm not saying you should go dating, but if you kind of know somebody and you talk to them for a while, or you're kind of meeting them and you're both wanting to be in an exclusive relationship and you're both healthy, agreeing that you're not going to go date other people, you can do that, because that's what all the relationship people that are quarantining together are doing. Why do you have to defer your life for them? But that's what I'm hearing right now, is that, oh, well, that could be dangerous. Well, how is it even any more dangerous than a person who's in a relationship doing the same thing? So if you're both healthy and you just kind of know each other and you decide, well, we're going to quarantine together, why can't you do that? These people in relationships are not God. They don't have the right to take away everything from you. They want to. Like, it's a very judgy world right now. Like, people, and we don't even know. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is a pandemic. When they keep saying, oh, we might be let outside later, I don't know. They canceled the 4th of July parade. I don't want to get all scary on a hair channel, but you cancel a 4th of July parade, that tells me you think this might not be over for a few months. I don't know. Like, I hope for the best. I'm like, every day I'm hoping for the best, but then I hear on the news and they're saying, oh, well, the bigger cases are coming in May now. And they keep saying, and they're There's no endpoint to lockdowns. So if two people are single and they're healthy and they have agreed not to go jiggy with the general populace, they can be in a relationship. You people in relationships don't get to take other people's life away. I know this is the fun, judgy world right now that we're living in, but I kind of see that as population control. People telling other people that they shouldn't have children, that they shouldn't have families because you think that they're not good enough for you or that they don't do things the way that you want. And no. If people start a quarantine relationship responsibly with the intent that they're not going to be dating around, I think you really have to be strategic about this, though. I will say that, you need to be careful. You need to be in a mutually exclusive relationship if you're going to do that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with healthy people deciding that they're going to quarantine together. Anybody who thinks that there is, you're straight up for population control? Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there are people that just straight up say, it would be better if the world had less population. I find you guys freaky scary. And I don't think anybody who's ever said that cares about humanity one iota. Anybody that says it would be good if there were less people in the world doesn't like people very much. So I wouldn't really listen to those people. These are not the people that are going to be neighborly or care about you. They're not your real friend. Anybody who's ever told you that, by the way, isn't a friend. I would say straight up, oh, there should be less people in the world? What are you telling me? That's freaky scary, and I would not be friends with such people or judgy ones. Like, they can all go live in their judgy fascist world. I'm not interested in being a fascist. If you want to be a fascist and tell people what to talk about, not to be proud of like their heritage or anything, like, okay, you shouldn't be racist, you shouldn't be prejudiced towards people, but like, just stories I hear is like nobody's supposed to talk about anything anymore. Like, no, we still live in a free society. I don't know. Unless you want to live in the dictatorship of other people's opinions, like, you can do that. I'm not going to do that personally. I'm doing good. How are you doing? So I just think at the end of the day, people who want to be in relationships should do that. If it suits them, mutually exclusive, not like dating around. And I would also say, just in my own experience, I will never again tell anybody in my family or friends negative things about somebody that I was ever involved with, because I see some of them were divorced or still in marriages that suck a royal woman, and I've never commented on those things, but now they're like on their pedestal saying, oh, look at us. And you know what? A lot of people are fighting in lockdown. You can hear them. So don't tell me that they all have some rosy relationship. And if they say like somebody shouldn't be with somebody because there's a quarantine, no, don't let other people be the police of you, you know? It's one thing if we start, I don't know what to say, if we keep going down this road where everybody's willing to just pretend like the Constitution doesn't exist anymore. I am really disturbed that they're telling people in the United States they can't have a church service. Like, okay, I get it for health reasons, you're not supposed to gather, but when you literally tell a group of people that have voluntarily decided to be there of their own free will, that they can't do that anymore, even if it's like not the best choice, that is in violation of the Constitution. You might not like their choice, just like I wouldn't like the choice of a guy who cheats with everybody's wife, but that doesn't mean that the husband of the guy, that with the woman he cheated on with, has the legal right to pop his tires for revenge. You might not like people's choices, but this is the thing. If you're in isolation, staying away from other people, this group of people making a choice that you think isn't the best, that's still their constitutional right. And I have a lot of problems when people say the Constitution is null and void now. No Constitution for you. not everybody has Wi-Fi access. Are they gonna go give everybody free Wi-Fi access, and are they gonna go give everybody a house? Because you better work on this jiggy. You better work on giving the whole homeless population and everybody Wi-Fi access if you want this to be the way it is. You can't just say, oh, it's okay. Like for these kids, there's kids right now who are not in school. And you know how I know? They don't have a Wi-Fi connection. So how are they going to do homeschool? By getting all political and passionate again. So yeah, this is just my take on things. But I'm deviating from what I wanted to say. Don't ever tell anybody, like close people, friends, that, like, oh, something wasn't to your liking, because you know why? Later on they'll just use that against you, and people love to be in this judgy culture. It gives them, I don't know, some sort of kicks. Like, so for me personally, like, I'm just going quiet around my Western Front. I don't want to tell my family anything, because I don't know, I don't feel like I trust people anymore, really. Like, does that sound horrible? I don't really trust people, because it's not like, oh, I'm afraid of what they're going to say to me. I just feel like I'm tired of being judged. I don't want to be judged personally, like being told, oh, that's not good enough what you did. But look at me, my flawed relationship, and I'm wonderful on a stick. Because the people that tell you you shouldn't date usually are in dysfunctional relationships to some degree themselves. Very few people have some perfect, pristine relationship. So single people meet and they're gonna be smart about, I don't know, having a quarantine relationship. That's their business, not your business. But hey, what am I saying? Oh, I just said that maybe people, sometimes, I just admitted something there. That maybe sometimes people have control of their life and have a say in their life, and you don't get to dictate that. That's a radical thought these days, that somebody might be able to have their own life free of your judgment. I don't know. What do you think about that? Like, are you part of the crowd that loves to judge everybody? Or are you maybe doing some self-reflection if you're a person in a relationship and you ever told a single person that they shouldn't date right now? Because if they are, I want you to go do some thought process thinking. You're not correct. I'm not saying date around, but this phenomenon of the quarantine relationship among two people that are healthy is perfectly fine. It's not something that you have a right to weigh in on. You know, you just don't. I know, I'm telling people something that, oh, you don't get to be, like, judging everybody in the general population. That kind of goes against. And another thing, too, can you stop making pandemic political? Because I think Americans need to get together right now. I don't want to hear one Republican or one Democrat act like they are better or they handle the situation better. Because I want a third-party candidate to win if you're all going to play that game. Just my take on it. Stop making it all about politics. Everything's political. Americans don't support each other. They're divided. Still, like they said, oh, all this political stuff is kind of dwindling. Well, I don't know. On Facebook it's not, but this is just my take on these things, you know. Maybe be Americans again, support each other, have good thoughts towards people. I'm going off on tangents today, but you know I do it all the time. And the final say is, don't ever, even if you're feeling kind of bewildered about something or confused about something for a minute, share anything with family and friends where maybe you had an experience that wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be. Like, just learn to keep it to yourself, because the truth is, at the end of the day, those people don't have any room to judge you. Especially somebody that's been divorced and now they're dating someone, but they are like the paragon of relationship virtue. I mean, really? Not so much. I just don't want to take those people's advice personally, but if you want to, you can. I've never been divorced, so I think that's better. Like, I kind of have more respect for us people who have maybe had a few relationship dating experiences that weren't the best in the world, but at least like we didn't have to get married over it, you know? Like, we were able to separate from those people, or maybe just even still have amicable friendship with those people, unlike others who, I don't know, they have some sort of animosity towards someone. I don't really have any animosity for anybody. I mean, sometimes I might get caught up in something and think, oh, I liked that person, but I learned my lessons, and I'm like, okay, I will take things as they come personally. Like, if there's ever a time in the future that I like someone, and if it doesn't work out, I'm not gonna tell a family member or friend about that, because it's my own business. It's not something they need to know about, because then later, if you want to be friends with that person, there's a lot of judgment. Or if you just talk to that person in any capacity, people judge you for it, and I don't really enjoy that personally. Like, some people, maybe they do. And by the way, I don't think talking with anybody is something I've learned over time. Talking with anybody about anything that's bothering you personally ever makes the situation better. Sometimes you just need to be like, okay, this is how it is, let it go, and focus on something else. I know putting my energy into long hair, or just, I don't know, cooking when I have time, that helps. For me, anyway. Do-do-do. I noticed that this one nail is kind of bothering me a bit. Anyway, like, grew faster than I thought. Whoa, don't fall. So, flip it. Because I noticed it was just getting caught in my hair. And Hi. How are you doing? Well, not me personally. Like, I'm not looking, like, I haven't found anybody myself. But I was just talking generally about people. Like, I mean, if I found somebody that I knew and I wanted to be in a relationship with them that was exclusive, yeah, I would go for it. But I'm just talking about right now how if you tell somebody in a relationship that people still have the right to have their own relationship in this time, I just hear people say things like, oh, no, they don't. Because of what's going on in the world right now, they should just be single. But we get a quarantine together, and they don't care about you. Basically, they're just saying that they're okay. They can have happiness. They can have companionship. You can be alone, and nobody gets to decide that for you in your life. I'm just saying. nobody gets to be the policeman of you. Like, if you're making good decisions and are looking for an exclusive relationship with somebody that's healthy and you're healthy and it's going to be exclusive, then I think that's fine. Like, but anybody that says no, they can't do that, like, talk about the virtue signaling police. Like, they really, this is a big time, maybe not in other countries, but very much in the US, for people, they're getting off on saying, we do things better than you. We are better. We follow mandates better. We do everything better, and we judge everybody to the supermax. Even though if you were concerned about your health, you just wouldn't be going around people. You wouldn't judge everybody to the supermax, you know? It's a scary time too, because people just, they don't care about civil liberties. It's just like, oh, bye-bye, no civil liberties. Those don't matter, because honestly, if you're willing to give up freedom for security, there was a quote about how maybe you don't deserve either, because we don't know, like, what would they say next? And I think you should still care about our country, civil liberties, the Constitution, and things like that, while making good choices. And run away from the Democrat and Republican parties like that, because they are talking about food fights and they don't care about anybody right now. And when I said something, I asked, well, what about children in countries with famine? So there's no more asylum in the US. You think that's a good thing? I heard crickets. Oh, because people dying of a famine, or people dying in a war-torn country, they don't deserve to have asylum. Those children, nobody cares anymore. And I thought, like, oh, okay. That just kind of scared me a bit, because it's like, what the overreaching arc of the conversation I'm getting lately is that people only care about themselves and they're looking to everybody. But if they were just doing what they were advised to do health-wise, they could just isolate themselves and not be so, like, obsessed with what other people are doing. Just like, okay, let's another analogy. Let's say you're a good driver and you don't drink and drive, but you go out of your way to, like, think about, oh, like, I've been drinking and driving is reprehensible, by the way, but you're looking to see, are these people drinking and driving? And you're out there looking to see if they are. Why? Like, if you just stay home, do that. But that's just my take anyway. Thanks for watching.